So I asked John that question a year ago when we did our live stream because I was really struggling with meditation. I believe in the science of meditation. I believe in the impact on the brain. I believe in all of the data that comes out on it, but I could never make it work for me. And I was doing it more to discipline than anything else, to say, okay, 10 minutes meditation every day. Here's what happens to your brain. Here's what happens to your life. You know, again, believe it. So I'm going to just go do it and discipline my way through it. But I never felt any of the benefits of it, and would do the typical things of judging myself. Am I doing this right? You know, there's no right meditation. And so I went on a spurt of asking people who did this, you know, regularly, like John, and ask them their process, right? So do you have an intention? What do you do when you sit down? What are you thinking about? What's the goal? That process was really helpful for me because it led me to where I'm at now. And so, one, whenever you don't know what you're doing, you model success, right? Like, hey, you know you want to get a result here. I suck at X. How do I get better? Go talk to people who are doing it, who are great at it. And their path may not be the exact path for you, but it gives you clues, right? And talking to John and talking to other people, I didn't do meditation exactly like they did it, but it gave me clues to then find my own path. And so here's what I'm doing now. If you struggle with meditation, first off, if meditation works for you, amazing. Keep doing it. Put it as part of your morning routine, especially if you're feeling stressed out or anxious or worried, or your thoughts are a mess. If you don't have clarity of thought, that can be really helpful for you. If you struggle with meditation, though, I'll share my experience, and maybe it gives you a different perspective, a different insight, because I really struggled a lot with this over the past few years until finding this moment that I'm at right now. So it was exciting. I haven't talked about this really before. So one of the things that I really found helpful for me is I needed something more active. I needed to be more active. So meditation, just sitting down on a pillow or the bed or whatever, was too passive for me. Not that I couldn't do it and I could force myself to do it, but it was too passive in that I come up with my best thoughts. I have my best energy. I'm most in the zone when I'm doing something active. I need to be moving. So what I did was turn that 10 minutes or whatever of just sitting down to moving, to going outside. And I've created a new part of my routine that I call Believe Walks, where pretty much every morning I go for a walk. There's a lot of science behind getting fresh air, getting sunshine first thing in the morning, how it helps you set you up for the day, puts you in a better mood, helps you sleep better. There's a lot of data behind all that. So I thought, hey, why not go outside and do a walking meditation? And I took this idea from Robin Sharma, asked him about his process too, and he goes on these walking meditations. Like that feels a lot more right for me. It feels a lot more Evan than sitting on a pillow. So I started doing these walks, and there's no stated goal, like I need to feel this by the end of the walk. But getting outside, even cold now, you know, it's cold here in Toronto. It's winter. We got some snow outside here on the streets, and I'll take a 20-pound backpack and I go rucking while I walk. And it's a minimum of 20 minutes. And so I get my exercise. I'll usually go to a coffee shop, get a coffee, and I'll start just by looking at the intention for the day. What's the intention for the day? So if I look at a day like today, it's a Tuesday filming this, it's my YouTube day. I want to make great content. I want to make videos that inspire people. I want to make videos that help people make a shift in their life. I want this to be my best video day of all time. Just quick little intention for the day. And then I'll go for the walk with an open mind and just see what comes. And learning not to judge what comes is basically all the advice I was getting when I was doing meditation, but now it feels more applicable when I'm walking. So I walk with an intention, and then you see where the mind goes. That, okay, here's something new I want to add to the videos, or here's a new person I want to profile, or here's some new content that I want to make. When you allow your mind to be open to be creative, when you're not too over-scheduled, right? I mean, this is part of my schedule, but you're scheduling in open, creative freedom time, then you come up with some amazing ideas, and also gets you set up to have a great intentional day. So I have at least 20 minutes, but it goes up to an hour, depending on how I'm doing. And so there are some days where I get all my stuff done really quickly. I'm ready to go. Boom. Let's go. Let's start making. I don't need anything more. I don't need more thinking about this. I'm in action mode. Let's go create. So then it's like run as fast as I can to get my coffee, come back and get to work. And there are other days where I'm I don't know, I'm feeling the energy is a lot more creative. I'm thinking of an idea. I want more time to process it. And so I'll go longer. You know, I'll go up to an hour just walking around, keep thinking about the idea, emailing myself some new thoughts. There'll be other days where I feel I want to create more connection. So I will open up my Instagram and start doing video DMs for people. I'll look at who followed me recently, look at who commented on my stuff recently, look at who messaged me, and I will make 8 to 15 second videos to people to say, hey, thank you so much for following me, or thank you so much for the message. Thank you so much for sharing my story to your audience. I appreciate you so much. Believe, next. And those make a meaningful difference for a lot of people. And so what I find helpful about it is it's scheduled into my calendar, just like the meditation was. It's scheduled into my calendar, but it's not a fixed time that it can be as short as I want or as long as I want. At some point I need to come home. I'm not wiping away my entire day. I don't book anything until at least 10:30. 10:30 is the earliest start where I have things booked into my calendar. So if I need to go longer and be more creative, I have that time. And then just paying attention to how I'm feeling. So I have an energy or intention for the day, right? Like intention for this walk. I want to create the best YouTube videos I've ever made, and then just see what flows. And sometimes this is where I used to judge myself. Sometimes the ideas flow and it's amazing, and sometimes they aren't. And it kind of takes you in a different direction. And that's okay. You know, like if my intention is to create amazing YouTube videos, maybe on my walk I come up with an amazing idea for what to do in future videos. Or maybe I don't, and I'm just drawing a blank, but I'm feeling the need for connection. So we'll go and switch gears and start making Instagram DMs for people. That's okay. You're giving yourself what you need. Right? It's the listening to the intuition and what's coming to you and feeling what you need, and then going off and doing that thing and giving yourself the time to do it. So that has completely shifted my life. When people say, what's the best investment, or how should I spend $1,000 if I had, this is what I would spend $1,000 on. My coffee, you know, like that walk cost me $2 something a day. So it's under, you know, just under $1,000. That's the best money that I spend every year now, because it allows me to be insanely effective. Not always efficient, because creativity is messy, but highly effective. And so on the days where I'm being very creative and coming up with ideas, I have the time to do that. And on the days when I'm not being super creative, I can go be productive and get what I need. So it's the courage. It takes courage, you know, to listen to what you actually need and then go off and do it. So that's one that really helped me. So walking, Believe walks is my meditation pretty much every day. The other thing that really helped me is just recognizing that everything is meditation. That a lot of meditation is just being present. That while you're doing something else, you're doing a million other things in your mind, right? And Thich Nhat Hanh, who recently passed, had this great quote about when you're washing the dishes, you wash the dishes. So the story was he's at his retreat and one of his students are there, and Thich Nhat Hanh was going to do the dishes, and the guy said, hey, I'll do the dishes for you. He said, oh, thank you. But while he's doing the dishes, he's trying to listen on the conversation and thinking of what to do next. And Thich Nhat Hanh told him, no, wash the dishes to wash the dishes. That when you're washing the dishes, that's all you're doing. You're not thinking about what's next. You're there washing the dishes. So it's every moment is a chance to be present. If you look at meditation as just presence, you can practice that at any moment. Right now, all I'm doing is making the video for you. This is meditation. Making this video is active meditation for me because I'm only present here with you making this video. What am I doing next? I don't know. I guess making another video. What am I doing when I get home later today? I don't know. I'm not even thinking about it. What day is it of the month? I have no idea. When people ask me how old I am, I have to think about what year it is to do the calculation because it's just present-minded. So any moment can be a chance to bring it back to present. Any moment is an opportunity to be in meditation because you're just in this present moment doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing, as opposed to only thinking, oh, meditation is 15 minutes on the pillow every morning. So I think that is a incredibly powerful part of anybody's routine. If traditional meditation works for you, and you do a guided meditation or do music or nature or whatever, and you do it in the morning or evening or lying down or sitting down, and that's what I would call more traditional meditation. If that works for you, amazing, keep doing it, go for it, it's awesome. If it doesn't work for you though, and you're finding a hard time connecting to it or figuring out the value, you believe in it, but it's just not working for you, then I'd encourage you to try those two things that we just talked about. Something more active, go for a walk in the morning. Mine are believe walks, you can call it whatever you want, where you set an intention and you just let your mind drift. You let the ideas come to you as it comes to you without having to check your text and emails and everything else. And you'll come up with, I believe, some amazing ideas, especially being out in nature, getting some sun. And then two, you can always have any moment, whenever you're feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, if you're sitting here in the car and you're stressed out and overwhelmed, you can always use it as a chance to get back to present. Everything you do can be meditation. So let me know if that works for you. I'd be curious to hear your insights. I really struggled with this for years, and again, sought out experts and tried to get their perspective, and this has been a solution that has really worked for me, and I hope it helps you too. If you want another Evan Rant video that just might give you the confidence you need, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. To change your life, you have to be willing to change your actions. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result.